So he is legally justified to kill that cat. And the fact that he didn't, anything less than that, it's not. You're trying to say it's aggravated
animal abuse.
Yeah,
Florida Statute 828.12. Read it.
He lives, like from here to that parking lot away.
Not even.
And he's got traps out with
sardines.
Sardines in, and she's a hungry mama feeding new babies. Brandy is her name. We're even taking care of Brandy.
So he told y'all that he was grabbing the cats, and what was he? He was just dumping them.
He's just dumping them. He just wants them out of there because his quote is, "They're no use to me."
Well, he started out, saying, "Oh, well, he was trying to trap an armadillo," and then, "Oh, he happened to catch a cat, though."
And he was happy about it.
His granddaughter has said that he's been trying to trap cats for the last month.
Right.
And he said he was happy about it. He showed no remorse. We told him, well, that was our cat. We were taking care of this cat. The grandfather owns the property, but he's rented to his granddaughter and her boyfriend. She was incredibly upset about this when I asked her, what are these traps out here for? She said her grandfather has had the traps out to catch cats for the past month.
Okay.
We've heard all kinds of stories about this neighbor. There's one woman said she saw him shooting at cats. Another woman has said that she's seen him put poison in cat food bowls. I also asked, well, what are his intentions to do with cats that he catches? And she actually told me, he said that he's going to take him to the cemetery.
Is there like a cat problem around where you're at?
For decades, apparently, this problem has been happening.
This woman is trying to solve this problem in this property she bought. And people see all these cats there, though, and they're like, oh, this is where you throw the cats. And so that people just keep abandoning cats there. Just like this guy stole our cat.
And abandoned it somewhere else.
Someplace else. Our friend who has this property there, she bought the property with the problem on it.
Right.
And people talk bad about her because of all these cats. She's one of the only people, however, trying to solve the problem. There are a few neighbors helping out, but it's like amazing. Wow, somebody else dumped a cat off all of a sudden, again and again and again. People dump cats there because they're like, that's the spot you dump cats.
Okay.
We were about to get Brandy fixed, and then she just stopped showing up. She disappeared. We documented.
So let me just interrupt one more thing. Like, we're doing a TNR program. There is a feral colony, and I got a grant through Operation Catnip in Gainesville. So while we spayed and neutered 15 cats already, and we're trying to take care of the problem.
Oh my God, I think I'm Google. Girl names. Just trying to get the heavier ones. Not like it matters. Yeah, Alexander the Great. To do that. Okay, hang on. I know, it's so stressful.
We got this car packed with cats.
We do. Okay, guys. Okay.
All right, it's 6:30 in the morning, and we're headed out with our second batch of cats here. We've got 8 ferals this time. Last time we had seven domestic units, and now we've got the first 8 ferals. Terry's got them all named. All the trapping went off without a hitch, thankfully, and we're on our way to Gainesville. It's an hour-long trip to Operation Catnip, but we're happy to do it because we got a grant so they could fix all these kitties for us. And unfortunately, the county we're in, Putnam County, they have like almost zero going on when it comes to taking care of all the stray cats around this countryside. And there are a lot of them. And nobody seems to want to do anything about it. So this will be, I don't know what this will be. This will be a whole bunch more cats fixed up, okay? We're working on it. I don't know. Just come back here. I don't know what we're doing. We have another carload of cats. That's what's going on.
A little bit too much toxoplasmosis.
Toxoplasmosis in the air.
It's horrible that at 4 months old they can get pregnant, and the mom can get pregnant 2 months after giving birth. So it's like this continual cycle of Mother Nature is cruel. That's what I say.
I can't believe these people drop these cats off with this. This is crazy. How many cats do you have? There's 8. There's 6.
Hi, sweetie.
Somebody took a wee.
Oh no.
That's right. I got it covered.
All right. Wow, this is all of them. Wow.
And he's like, too little, too late.
No remorse.
No remorse
that,
whatsoever.
He trapped our cat and then
So he's apparently
dumped
not a cat person.
No, obviously. And that's okay. Like, not everyone is, but you can't be cruel to animals just because you don't like them.
I came past the sheds there, and wow, we had heard all sorts of horrible things about this old man Jack. One woman said she saw him shooting at cats.
Okay. Were they on his property when she was shooting on the cats?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But this is what cats do. They don't know where boundaries are in
Right,
properties.
right.
Regardless, it's against the law to shoot a cat if they come on your property.
Yeah, as long as they're not like attacking you.
Killing a chicken.
Yeah, doing
reportedly,
damage
right?
to your
Which I've never
property.
seen. Like chicken would probably annihilate a cat.
You'd be surprised. I've seen some cats kill some chicks.
So anyways, that wasn't happening. He doesn't have any chickens. He doesn't have any livestock.
Okay.
He doesn't have anything. But I saw the traps there. And that was pretty late at night, so the next morning we went and just took pictures of the traps. Then about 8 or so in the morning, we went and confronted him about it. Well, first he told us that he's trying to trap an armadillo. But then, we told him about our cat. He basically admitted that he had trapped a cat and
Described her.
it was our cat. And then proceeded to carry on and tell us that he's going to continue trapping cats because he doesn't like the cats. We mentioned the woman saying that she saw him shooting at cats, and we thought he would deny that too, but he said he would shoot any cat that comes on his property. The next morning, we went to pictures of the traps to document it, and then went and talked to him early in the morning. The thing he told us was that, he kind of fumbled around. Oh, he's trying to catch an armadillo.
Okay.
We didn't think he was going to say anything. We didn't think he would admit to this. But he immediately said, he did catch a cat in there. We asked him to describe the cat, and it sounded just like our Brandy. We said, what did you do with the cat? And he said, took it south of the bridge and dumped it off south of Dunn's Creek Bridge.
Okay.
Your granddaughter said that you take cats to the cemetery. And he answered that by saying, oh no, he doesn't do that. He doesn't kill any cats. That's somebody else. That's a different guy. And I said, well, who's that? Oh, he said he's not going to tell me.
Okay.
Which there are 2 other people there.
I mean, technically he doesn't have to even talk to you guys.
So just curious, not that it really matters in the grand scheme of things, is the cat, you said it was a stray, but y'all started feeding it, so I get the whole, like, it's pretty much in your custody.
So she was trapped, and the kittens were starving. They're being fostered.
You all right?
But at this point, our cat's gone. Like, we're not getting her back. But he needs to be told that you can't kill cats. Like, you can't shoot at cats. I'm like,
The only time the sheriff's office is going to give any kind of information that would be close to that is if not so much cats aren't really a threat to life and property per se, more so than a dog. Right?
Yeah,
A dog can actually come up physically, depending on how big it is. Can bite you, harm you, kill you, whatever.
cats can be assholes, but they're not going to hurt you.
Defend yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to come out and say shoot the dog because we're just not going to do that.
Yeah.
But if you're in fear for yourself or your property, or if you have, I could see if there was a bunch of tomcats and you had chickens or something to that effect. I get it. If you need to protect your
And he has
property.
nothing.
But that would be the only time he would get any kind of advice from law enforcement as far as defend yourself. But just to kill him, no. Again, trapping him, I'm not overly concerned with, but the correct procedure should be, hey, I trapped this cat, and Animal Control comes out and picks the cat up.
Yeah.
Legal thing is to take them either to Animal Control, call Animal Control and be like, hey, I just, trapped this cat, they can't just shoot it. So you have to physically either video it or see it.
Well, what about
anything.
abandon the cat?
So you have to physically either video it or see it. So you have to physically either video it or see it.
Like if they just dump a cat.
People abandon cats and dogs.
That's not legal, though.
It's not, but it's hard to.
It's a felony.
It's hard.
Defined in.
So you have to physically see them do it.
See it. Yes. For me to press charges.
Well, that's
on
ridiculous.
someone.
Okay.
That's a ridiculous thing to say. If someone just traps their cat, that's an act of deceit.
But
you can't just look around and always be watching, waiting for someone to trap your pets.
Correct. Let me put it to you in a different perspective, okay? And I'm not saying this is anywhere near like domestics or anything else. I just want you to think about it the way we have to think about it, okay? So say you guys get in a domestic, okay? You say he slapped your phone out of your hand, all right? You say she punched you in the eye, but nobody has any marks. There's no physical evidence. Who am I supposed to arrest without physical proof?
It's been 4 days since we reported this to Putnam Animal Control.
Okay.
And Putnam Animal Control said, oh no, we don't do anything with that. You have to talk to the sheriff's office. So we came to the sheriff's office. And then it was too late to report here. There was nobody to report it. They said call a deputy. So we went back home, called a deputy. She never even came out to our place. She just talked to us on the phone
and said it was animal control.
And then, she also said, you need to talk to animal control. In the meantime, it's been 4 days since we first reported this.
Right.
No one has even talked to Jack and even gone there. An officer hasn't gone there and asked him, what are you doing with the traps out here?
Really?
You're a detective. Wouldn't you at least ask him and see if what he says? No one has anything, nobody, it just blows my mind that nobody even stopped his house to speak with him. It's been 4 days now since we first reported this to Animal Control. Animal Control said to come to the sheriff's office. And then when we talked to a deputy last night, she said, oh, well, you need to talk to Animal Control.
She's
she didn't even come out to visit us. And so it's a felony, and I'm puzzled, why no one's treating it like a felony. So we think he probably shot her.
Crime-wise, with everything that you've told me, I don't have enough to make an arrest.
And he said there's no law stopping him from trapping cats and just dumping them wherever he wants.
So I wouldn't say there's not a law. However, if you have your property, you don't want feral cats on your property, and you trap them, I'm not so much opposed to you trapping the cat, as long as we're either making sure it goes to a shelter or calling animal control, something like that. So at the end of the day, there's not a problem necessarily trapping them. It's what you do with them after.
And that's the issue. And
Like,
so he admitted to taking her south on 17 and dropping her down by Dunn's Creek Bridge or somewhere there.
And you're kind of walking that line.
I was disgusted and horrified when I saw that lady just dump those poor kittens out of a box onto the ground.
A friend came to the rescue to cover her face with a blanket. Why didn't you take them to an animal shelter?
Tougher penalties for abusers and new protections for pets left behind.
Two state representatives from Florida, a Democrat and a Republican, that have sponsored this bill, saying that it sends a clear message to our society and also that you should be punished to the fullest extent.
Making animal cruelty a federal crime.
After yesterday, animal cruelty became a federal felony.
No matter where the crime happened, whether it's caught on camera or not,
you could be facing up to 7 years in prison.
Work together to stop animal cruelty.
The badge of a really humane nation is the way that it takes care of its animals.
Our children, our animals, our pets are the most vulnerable.
From your Collier County News team, this little cat is finally getting some justice after her owner dumped her in a parking lot in Everglades City.
I do want to give a shout out to the Sheriff's Department because they're really taking this much more serious.
I'm about to walk another sorry individual into our jail for animal cruelty and animal abuse.
Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivey makes his zero tolerance on animal abuse well known in the county.
We damn sure have zero tolerance for animal cruelty. I had both of them arrested within 5 hours because of citizens that are again, our biggest stakeholders. They're partners with us. Not all victims can dial 911. If you know of anyone that harms an animal, please let us know. When we look at somebody that has the ability to harm an animal, that person has that same ability to harm a human, and usually you'll see that translation where they go from hurting an animal to hurting a human, or they're doing both simultaneously. Oh, I'm sorry you're in a little bit of misery. A little bit? Yeah, your dog and cat was in a lot of misery, so I hope you enjoy your little visit to Brevard County Jail. So you know what? Keep running your mouth. Let the judge hear you.
Feral cats appear to be poisoned across the First Coast.
It's went from like 30 cats to about 6 or 7.
Cherise Malden is a volunteer in Putnam County with Feline Canopy of Care, a nonprofit organization helping abandoned cats and kittens.
Heartbroken. I've been crying all week.
Malden says she believes the mothers she's found dead in the colonies in her Palatka neighborhood have been poisoned.
Now I'm having to trap the kittens that are left, hopefully before they starve to death. You know, it's awful. It's cruel.
The rescue has taken in around 50 kittens this week. Many of them left without mothers.
They find them dead, basically for no apparent reason. There's no reason to harm a poor animal.
Be a human, like just have a little bit more compassion.
As long as we're either making sure it goes to a shelter or calling animal control, something like that. So at the end of the day, there's not a problem necessarily trapping them. It's what you do with them after.
We have the law right here, actually.
Yeah.
Well, is justice going to be served? Because obviously this man trapped our cat. He told us to our face that he trapped a cat and then described our cat right when she disappeared, when she had 4 kittens. You know, and she was on our property all the time. We didn't see vultures arrive to tear up the remains of our cat after she died somehow. We didn't see her splatted on the road. We didn't see any marks from any splat on the road. We didn't hear any stories from anyone else about, she's a mother cat with 4-week-old kittens. They don't just go wander off and leave their kittens.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Do we have common sense?
I understand you want justice, but I have to do it by the law and stuff. That's why I'm saying go to the courthouse and do it civilly. Because then you present it in front of a judge.
We want
okay,
this
so
justice to be
here's
served. This is animal abuse. 828.12.
It's going to be your voice against his. Just like I said, it's a he says situation. It's hard for me.
So if we put up game cameras and put them on the traps, if there's a cat in there,
as long as it's on your property, as long as your game cameras are on your property and you're not putting it on his property.
Okay.
Well, we moved out. We no longer rent there because we were worried about this guy killing our cats.
Okay.
We have everything documented that happened here, including Jack testing up. And it was the first thing that the deputy asked us on the phone, which gave us some encouragement. What did he say? We said, yeah, he admitted he took our cat and abandoned her.
And just like...
we thought, well, yeah, maybe she's just going to go talk to him then. But everybody's too busy in Putnam County. We're trying to help this community out. And this guy, he's just shooting at cats. There are other people you can talk to, other witnesses who are going to repeat these things.
So you're saying he has the right to shoot the cats on his property?
No, I apologize. Cats trapped. He has the right to trap the cat.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not saying I probably shouldn't have said use the analogy of kill a cow. They have the right. They could catch it and take it somewhere.
Okay.
Type thing.
Yeah.
Killing. Nobody wants to see an animal get killed.
Right.
Nobody. That breaks my heart every time I see,
That's a Florida state law.
starving animals and stuff.
Statute
and that's why I became this. So let me go talk to him.
Appreciate it.
And see what I can do.
Put it on the address
we
page.
highlighted some things
His
here.
address
Let me
is
just
which
read
one?
this for the record
Hang on.
here.
Yeah.
Florida Statute 828.12. Cruelty to animals.
Correct.
Section 2. A person who intentionally commits an act to any animal, or a person who owns or has the custody or control of any animal and fails to act, which results in the cruel death or excessive repeated infliction of unnecessary pain or suffering, or causes the same to be done, commits aggravated animal cruelty, felony of the 3rd degree, punishable as provided in 775.082, or by a fine of not more than $10,000 or both.
Right.
Here's what's supposed to happen here.
If I can prove it.
828.17.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be a bitch. I don't want to be a bitch. Okay?
Well, if you want to prove
but
it,
I
right?
have to be able to prove anything for me to stand in front
So you
of
have
a
to
judge.
have
Alright, so
physical evidence.
Physical evidence.
So if you went there
And he admitted it.
that yes, he trapped a cat
And dropped it off.
abandoned the cat.
But do y'all have a picture of your cat?
We do.
Okay. I'd have to know for 1,000% that that is your cat.
You sound like you're working against us.
No,
if he doesn't have a cat, like if he doesn't have a picture, how would you know?
Yeah, then it'd just be what
Because
he's
I'm gonna
saying.
see if he'll take
you
me
show
to
him
it.
a piece, if you
No.
show him a picture of the cat, and he says, "No, that's not that cat." That's not what Columbo would do. He needs to, like, find, you know,
Can I give you a word of advice? In the future, tell him the truth. 'Cause that cat's out of the bag.
That son of a bitch.
Florida Statute 828.17, officer to arrest without warrant. If he admits to a crime, that's a felony. This is what's supposed to happen. Any sheriff or any other peace officer of the state or any police officer of any city or town of the state shall arrest without warrant any person found violating any of the provisions of 828.12. An officer making the arrest shall hold the offender until a warrant can be procured, and he or she shall use proper diligence to procure such warrant. I'm sorry I'm so hot about this, but
No,
we
I
love this
understand.
cat.
It's your cat.
And this
100%.
man, we believe he killed her because he said he'll shoot. He told us to our face. He'll shoot any cat that comes on his property.
Yeah.
And he said there's no law against that. So I hope, I'm just like really praying that you're going to interrogate him.
Yeah,
with that
I'm gonna
in mind.
go do it right now.
We really appreciate it.
Things felt grim for getting justice for Brandy. But how could we rush to judgment when we're depending on these people to uphold justice? We couldn't understand how animal control couldn't be bothered to file an animal cruelty case, and the Putnam County Sheriff's Office couldn't find the time to arrest criminals. But while waiting for Detective Mullins to arrive, we were scrolling on the sheriff's Facebook page and discovered that despite not having the time to investigate what happened to Brandy, they were making their comedic debut.
Dead end.
Here today to talk to you about a groundbreaking and innovative program. Other law enforcement agencies across the country only have a K-9 program. We're so innovative, we've gone with the K-10 program. Kitten for short. Yeah, it's okay. I know you're smarter than them.
We were glad to see that at least somebody in the sheriff's office had a heart for cats.
A lot of people are intimidated by dogs. But have you ever seen anyone intimidated by a kitten? They're fuzzy, they're small, they're wonderful. People love kittens.
I want it to be known I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing, but we are going to figure this out.
I sure wish these guys were the ones working on our case.
Thanks for coming right over.
Thank you.
No, for sure. I'm sorry it took me longer. I forgot something at the office.
No worries, no worries.
No worries.
So, he said the trap's main purpose, he has an armadillo. Let me finish.
Yep,
I know. He has an armadillo, but when he put the traps out, he did catch a single cat that he took across the Domes Creek because he didn't want to kill it, and he let it out because he said there's tons of cats and he didn't want to kill it, so he relocated it.
But wait, I just want to know what the law is. If someone were to trap a cat, what can they legally do with it?
The legal thing is to take them either to animal control, call animal control, and be like, hey, I just, trapped this cat. They can't just shoot it. But you have to physically either video it or see it.
Well, what about abandon the cat?
Like if they just dump a cat?
People abandon cats and dogs.
That's not legal, though.
It's not. He did catch a single cat that he took across the Domes Creek because he didn't want to kill it, and he let it out because he said there's tons of cats and he didn't want to kill it, so he relocated it.
But he didn't tell you exactly where.
He said, so you go over Guns Creek, from this direction, and as soon as you get down, you take an immediate right, like right there in those woods, and that's where he said he did it.
That's where we've been looking, but.
That's the definition of this law, though, abandoning a cat. Yeah, like you're trapping a cat and dumping them.
Listen, I understand this is your cat. I understand that this is your baby and it broke your heart that it has been. I don't have the evidence to say that it's your cat for me to press charges. I'm sorry. I would do it.
Whose cat would it be? We told you our cat's missing.
Whose cats are all those that are in the trees?
She has a count of all these cats.
So, like, if it's anyone's cat, if it's no one's cat,
yeah, it doesn't matter.
Can you legally just relocate cats?
Everybody relocates cats all the time.
Dump a cat.
People abandon cats and dogs.
That's not legal, though.
It's not. Sadly, I think it's awful.
It's against
I think
the law.
It's so mean to the cats.
Well, you're taking them out of their
comfort zone,
food area, and everything.
So I suggest you go and do it civilly.
Okay.
I highly suggest that. And then the courts can even be like, I deem that this is criminal, and they can do warrants.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
We would like to talk to your supervisor.
Absolutely. You want me to call him right now?
Sure, yeah. I mean, yeah, because this is the definition of this law. You can't trap a cat and then move them somewhere else, no matter whose cat it is. It isn't like a raccoon.
Hey, Sergeant Mullins. Hey, do you have a minute to talk to the individuals that were at the sheriff's office about this incident with the cat? Okay, so I'm just gonna let you know, I went over here. He said the trap's main purpose is to catch a possum. And that he did catch a cat, and he relocated it on the other side of Guns Creek. He said he did not kill the cat, anything like that. Okay. All right, I'm putting you on speaker.
This is Sergeant Ucini with the Sheriff's Office.
Hi, Clayton. This is Scott and Kim. Yeah, we're the people whose cat was baited, trapped, and dumped on another property illegally, according to Florida Statute 828.12, aggravated animal abuse. And we're not satisfied with the answers we're getting here. This person, Jack, just admitted it to Officer Mullins that he indeed trapped a cat and that he dumped the cat.
Yes.
He didn't bring the cat to, he didn't ask the neighbors, oh, is this anybody's cat? He didn't just release the cat from the trap. He acted as if this cat was a raccoon or a possum or something, and took it far away from here, even though this cat has 4 kittens, and he just dumped it. That's against Florida law. It's a felony.
It is not.
No, it is. It's a felony.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you it's not.
How's that?
You have a legal right. Is the cat on his property?
It doesn't matter if the cat's on his property. That's regardless.
100% matters.
Yes, the
Was
cat
the cat
was
on his property?
Yes, the cat was on his property.
Yes. So he is legally justified to kill that cat. And the fact that he didn't, anything less than that, it's not. You're trying to say it's aggravated
Animal abuse.
Yeah,
Florida Statute 828.12. Read it.
Yeah, well, I get that you're reading it, you're not understanding it. Okay, so.
No, there are cases.
Hang on. So if an animal comes, any animal, no, regardless of what it is, if it comes on your property, you have, the law is on your side to shoot and kill that cat or dog or raccoon or possum or anything.
Yes, because you have your personal and your property and your animals that you possess on your property have a right of protection against any stray animals. It's actually, he could, I mean, honestly, he can sue y'all for not containing your animals and allowing them to come onto his property. So you as the homeowner, or not the homeowner, but the cat's owner that you're claiming as your cat, you are legally responsible for containing your animals, cat, dog, whatever it be.
So if any animal comes on my property, I can shoot them. That's what you're saying.
Yes, if you're protecting your property and
protecting in the
So
property
what is
from
the
a cat.
definition of protecting property? They're coming in this driveway right
Okay, I
here.
just don't want to
So what is the definition of protecting property? Like,
so first of all, we're getting onto a whole different thing, right?
well, I just want to know what makes.
We're speaking to the subject.
So no animals are even shot in this, right? So we're not even using that scenario.
No, but he does shoot at the animals, so that's why I'm asking.
They trapped an animal and they removed it from their property.
They dumped it on someone else's property.
Okay.
So he has every right to shoot at any animals that come on his property because he does this as well.
Yes, you can. And the fact that he trapped and released the cat.
Yusina is his last name. Sergeant Yusina.
Okay, good to know.
And so if someone traps, say, a raccoon because it keeps going in their trash, it's an obvious nuisance, and they trap that raccoon, and then they take it to someone else's private property, and they dump it there. Is that legal?
Well, I mean, do you know he took it to somebody else's?
No, I'm asking you a hypothetical question.
Well, he dumped
someone
it.
traps a raccoon.
Technically, with
I'm not here to play games with you.
No, we're not here to play games either. This is a real question.
What he did is he did what he legally was able to do.
He dumped it on private property. Is that legal? That's what you're telling me.
That's
well, he told you. He said he took it and dumped it on the other side of the bridge.
Is that legal? That's what you're telling me.
That's
well, he told you. He said he took it and dumped it on the other side of the bridge. I don't know. I didn't see exactly.
You didn't ask him
where.
specifically where he dumped it.
He said he
up and try to bait me into something. All right.
There's no baiting.
There's no baiting. You're the law, and we're asking for your understanding of the law.
No, I'm asking you to understand the law.
It's going on.
What we're saying is what he did was legal.
Well, repeat it again. You're telling us that it's legal for him to trap any animal, including a cat,
and remove it from his property,
and take it. First bait the animal, then trap it,
and then
take
take
it anywhere. So
anywhere.
So, say your dog runs out of your house, and the neighbor's got some sausage in a trap. They can just take your dog and dump it wherever they please.
Correct. If my dog is on their property, yes.
All right, that's good to know.
And for the record again, because we're recording here, what's your name?
Oh, hey, so you've been recording me without my knowledge?
Yes, we're recording all this.
That's a third degree felony.
No, it isn't. You serve the public, and we already have permission of Officer Mullins right here.
Hey, you don't have my permission to be recording this phone call.
Well, you're a public servant.
Okay.
And we're not in a private place. We know what the law is about two-party, all right? And this doesn't apply there, okay? So your name is what for the record? Sergeant
Kusina. It's USINA.
Thank you.
Sergeant Kusina.
All right.
Anything else you need?
Nope.
I would like for Officer Mullins here to go back and ask specifically where our cat is, because we'd like to at least know where we might be able to find our cat.
He said he went over the bridge
Wait, we
and
can't
turned right and put it there. Put it in the woods.
We'd like to know specifically where.
I'm not going back and asking him specific. That's
Listen. He baited and trapped our cat, and dumped our cat. We'd like to know specifically where he dumped our cat.
He went over the bridge and immediate to the right.
That's not specific enough. Anything could be over the bridge. We'd like to know specifically where our cat is dumped. That's not too much to ask. I'd like you to talk to your detective here and let her know that this is a reasonable demand from the public.
I'm actually going to tell her we don't make reasonable demands to my detectives, okay? So I will tell her that she is good to leave that call. And if you have any complaints or anything further, you can take it up with the administration.
All right, who would that be? Who would we take that up with? Give us a name. Who is your commander?
My immediate supervisor is Lieutenant Emmett Merritt.
Can you say that again?
It's Emmett Merritt. Lieutenant Emmett Merritt.
Okay. Lieutenant Emmett Merritt.
All right, thank you.
Just to kill him, no. Again, trapping him, I'm not overly concerned with, but the correct procedure should be, hey, I trapped this cat, and Animal Control comes out and picks the cat up.